Good morning, dear children. In the previous geography class, I had told you all that in the next class, I will be sending the remaining part of the video of lesson 2 geography globe model of the earth. Now, today I am explaining some more important parts of this chapter. So, please pay attention very carefully. Now, students, as I told you, there are two important lines on the globe, and these lines are imaginary lines. First type of line is latitude and the other type of line is longitude. Now, when the lines are drawn from east to west, they are known as latitude, and when the lines are drawn from north to south, they are known as longitude lines. Now, if I talk about latitude lines, the center line is the equator line. This divides the earth into two equal parts, that is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The upper part is called the northern hemisphere and the lower part is called the southern hemisphere. Now, if we talk about the other important lines of latitudes, there are many important lines. Now, the first one is Tropic of Capricorn to the south, and then we have Antarctic Circle toward the south. The measurement is 23.5 degree south and 66.5 degree south. Now, if I talk about north, then we have Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle at 23.5 degree north and 66.5 degree north. Now, N is written to denote north and S is written to denote south. The measurement is the same, 23.5 here, 23.5 here, 66.5 here, 66.5 here. The thing is, this is north and this is south. Now, students, there are total 90 towards north and 90 towards south. So, there are total 180 degrees. Okay, students, now you must have understood about latitudes. Now, I am going to explain about longitudes. Now, just as equator is taken as the center and it is marked as 0 degree and it divides the earth into northern and southern part, the same way the Greenwich, the longitude which is passing through Greenwich in London is taken as the center and is marked as 0 degree longitude. Now, from this center we have east longitudes and we have west longitudes. Towards east we have total 180 degrees of longitudes, and towards west of Greenwich we have 180 degrees of longitudes. That means to say total we have 360 degrees of longitude. Now, student, these latitudes and longitudes line, they form a sort of network on the globe. They cross one another. You can see here how they are crossing one another. They are forming like a net. Okay. Now, students, these lines also denote the heat zones of the earth. Various heat zones can be located with the help of these lines. Now, suppose this is your equator line at the 0 degree. Now, this side we have the torrid zone, that is in the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. This is your torrid zone. Now, after this we have the temperate zone here towards the north, and here also temperate zone toward the south, and last we have the frigid zone. You can see your diagram is given very clearly in the book also of these heat zones. Okay, students, now since you have understood about latitudes and longitudes, now I will explain you how with the help of longitudes you can take out time differences. Okay, now look at the board. See, students, I told you that there are 180 degree east longitudes and 180 degree west longitudes from Greenwich. Greenwich is taken as the center line, and there are 180 east and there are 180 west. Now, it takes 4 minutes to pass through one longitude. That means from one longitude to another longitude, when the earth is rotating, it takes 4 minutes to reach the next longitude. Now, if longitude of Delhi is 77 degree east, that is, it is 77 degree towards the east of Greenwich. Now difference between your Delhi and Greenwich will be 77 into 4. Why we are doing 77 into 4? Because Delhi is 77 degree and there is a difference between two longitudes of 4 minutes. So we are doing 77 into 4, that is equal to 308 minutes. Now if you want to convert these minutes into your hours, it becomes 5 hours and 8 minutes. In your maths class you have learned how to convert minutes into hours. So now the difference between Greenwich and Delhi is your 5 hours and 8 minutes ahead. Remember, ahead I am talking about. That is, when we are moving toward the east, we are moving ahead of Greenwich. Now let us talk about the west. West means we are going back. We are going 4 minutes back, not ahead. Now suppose the longitude of New York is 74 degree west. West means it is from Greenwich. Greenwich is the center line. From here we are going toward the west. हम उल्टा जा रहे हैं, इस डायरेक्शन में जा रहे हैं, ध्यान रखिए. Now difference between is 74 into 4. Why we have taken 74 into 4? New York is 74 degree and there is a difference of 4 minutes in each degree. So we have taken 74 into 4 is equal to 296 minutes. Now that means to say 4 hours and 56 minutes. So the difference between Greenwich and New York is 4 hours and 56 minutes back, behind. So when it is 12 noon at Greenwich, it is 12 minus 4 hours 56 minutes in New York, that is 7 a.m. in New York. The same way here, if we talk about Delhi and Greenwich, if it is 12 noon in Greenwich, then it is 12 plus 5 8 minutes in Delhi, that is 5 p.m. in Delhi. यहाँ पे हम add कर रहे हैं, we are adding, but here we are subtracting the time. Why? Because when we move toward the east, we are ahead of Greenwich, and when we move west, we are behind Greenwich. That is what you must have heard about jet lag. When people travel by planes, they have a jet lag. Why do they have this jet lag? Because either they are traveling ahead of time or they are traveling behind time when they are coming from foreign countries. That is what they have, a little jet lag. They have a little problem in the timings. Now I hope you all must have understood about the difference of timing between your foreign countries and Indian timing. And this is how you calculate your timings.